When filled and led and controlled by the Holy Spirit, what happens? Well, these attitudes, actions, and emotions are revealed. Peace and joy and hope and love and boldness and holiness and passion, sensitivity, a self-sacrificing nature, a hunger for the word, a hatred for sin, and I want to forgive others because I've been forgiven of everything. That's what God says a spirit-led life is like. What is the Satan or flesh-led life? You say, wait a minute, how come you say Satan? Because Paul said to Timothy, he said, beware of these who are taken captive by the devil to do his will. How do we do that? By having a flesh-led life. When we give in to our flesh, when we allow Satan to have landing places in our life, this is what it looks like. We have these attitudes, actions, and emotions. We're harsh and unforgiving in our manner toward people. We are anxious and fearful and selfish and lethargic. We have no interest in the word, no passion for the lost, irritable, bitter, and moody. That's the evidence of not yielding. Our emotions betray who's leading us. In fact, if I was doing a dating seminar, as someone who dated a lot, I would say that the best kind of dating is to step back and watch someone for a while and kind of get to know what their emotions are like. You can find out who's running their life by their emotions, because the emotions are the evidence of what's going on inside. Invisibly, we see that in the emotions that come out of their life. Here's what a spirit-led life is. Our mind is under the control of the Spirit. Romans 7, Galatians 5, Ephesians 5, Colossians 3 says. And so the Spirit rules our emotions, and when the Holy Spirit is ruling us, He's already told us what we look like. We have love, joy, peace, gentleness, kindness, patience, boldness, and our long suffering. And that leads to us with a body that denies ungodliness, avoids sin, and wants to focus on God and serving others. Now, a flesh-led life, you can watch them from afar. You can see this. They're restless. They're undisciplined. They're appetite-driven. They're lust-filled. They're never satisfied. They're defeated by sin. You can learn so much by watching a boy's eyes. Girls, sit in the dining room and watch the guys. And if a guy, every time a girl walks by, if his eyes rake them, it's a habit. Guys, they're kind of like the airport scanners, that you walk through and it's looking for something. An undisciplined boy is looking for ways to feed his sexual appetites. And it starts with the eye gates. So I always tell dating couples, before you go out on the date, watch him for a while. Watch where his eyes go. Not on you. You watch him in other contexts. And you'll notice whether a boy has an undisciplined eye or what Jesus talked about. What did Jesus talk about in the Sermon on the Mount? If thine eye be single, your whole life is full of light. That means we, as Titus 2:11-13 says, deny ungodliness and worldly lusts. That means boys can anticipate when they're going to see something that their body wants to see, and they choose. Well, when we lived in Los Angeles, I love the ocean. I always have loved the ocean, both coasts. I love the ocean. But it's very hard to walk along the ocean when it's warm without seeing unclothed female bodies, if you're a man. I have a solution. I have an impairment. I can't see. And so with Bonnie, all of our coastal living life, I would just put my glasses, in my shirt, and I'd hold her hand, and I could stumble over someone on the beach, and I didn't even know they were there. And I definitely didn't see them. You say, are you kidding? Well, it's the same thing as turning your computer around so someone can always see what you're doing. It's the idea that you don't want to give Satan access to our lives. So a flesh-driven body, never satisfied. They want more. They look for more and everything. Flesh-driven emotions are volatile, lethargic, anxious, angry, troubled, distracted, and impure. and it leads to a mind. See, what's interesting is the fleshly, the body dominates, and it affects the emotions and the mind. In the godly, the mind dominates, and it affects the emotions and the body. And so, to the spirit quench mind, there's no stability, no boldness, no insights into the word, no hunger for God, no joy, aimlessness, no confidence, and empty. So, that's the choice we're faced with.